My name is Barnabas Collins. 2 centuries ago, I made Collinwood my home.
My love.
Until a jealous witch cursed me, condemning me to the shadows.
One of you die!
For all time.
Hi everybody, I'm Tim Estiloz for Boston Latino TV, coming to you from one of the oldest historic cemeteries in the United States, located right here in Boston. And you know, when the sun goes down, this would make the perfect on-location and spooky setting for Tim Burton's latest film called Dark Shadows, the story of an old-school vampire that wakes up in a brand new world that for him is going to take some getting used to. Johnny Depp and Tim Burton reunite once again for another uniquely creative and visually superb on-screen collaboration with the new film Dark Shadows. Based on the popular late 1960s TV cult classic, Depp portrays Barnabas Collins, a young and wealthy 18th century aristocrat whose family helped build the thriving seaport town of Collinsport, Maine. Alas, Barnabas incurs the wrath of a beautiful local witch named Angelique, whose love he foolishly spurns. As vengeance, Angelique curses Barnabas to be a vampire and buries him alive in a coffin until he's accidentally released from his tomb nearly 200 years later.
We hit something!
I am terribly sorry. Cannot imagine how thirsty I am.
However, Barnabas finds things have changed as he returns home to his former estate of Collinswood Manor to find the family estate to be a broken-down shadow of its former grandeur, and his descendants, headed by matriarch Elizabeth Collins, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, to be dysfunctional, eccentric, and basically an overall mess.
Are you stoned or something?
They tried stoning me, my dear. It did not work.
However, Barnabas reunites with his family, determined to bring the Collins name, estate, and fortune back to its former glory. He also finds himself attracted to the Collins live-in nanny, who bears a striking resemblance to his former flame from centuries past.
She has the most fertile birthing hips I have ever laid eyes upon.
The only obstacle to Barnabas's plan, his immortal former flame, the witch Angelique, who now runs Collinsport as one of its model citizens and benefactors. But Angelique doesn't just want Collinsport, she also still wants Barnabas as well.
Either you agree to rule this little pawn of mine side by side, partners and lovers, or I put you back in the box.
I have already prepared my counter-proposal. It reads thusly.
You may strategically place your wonderful lips upon my posterior and kiss it repeatedly.
Johnny Depp is simply marvelous as Barnabas, in a role filled with impeccable wit and comic timing. His stodgy befuddlement to the funky loopiness of the 1970s surroundings he encounters is priceless to watch, whether it's his first encounter with many of the seemingly odd locals of Collinsport.
Deliver me your innermost thoughts. Awaken!
Or his trying to unravel the mystery of a blood-red lava lamp.
What is that thing?
It's a lamp.
It looks like a pulsating blood urn.
It's scenes like that, plus an amalgam of cheesy Carpenter's tunes and an appearance by the one and only Alice Cooper performing, that gives this film a wonderfully funky soundtrack and time capsule quality that may be puzzling to Barnabas, but it's also a giddy, nostalgic treat for movie audiences who remember the era firsthand.
You love me.
With what a spell.
With this.
I must admit, they have not aged a day.
The final act of this film may seem a bit rushed, but Tim Burton overall brings his trademark, unique, creative, and visual touch to this film with an effective mix of gothic melodrama and tongue-in-cheek humor that makes for a wonderfully entertaining film, sure to please fans of the TV show and regular audiences as well. That in mind, make sure you go out this weekend and gleefully take yourself a bite out of Dark Shadows.
Fight on, Barnabas. Fight on for us.
And fight I shall.
Love me.
Never. That was a regrettable turn of events.
Now, if you were a fan of the original TV series, you'll want to keep your eyes peeled for some familiar faces. Some of the actors from the original Dark Shadows have some cameo appearances in the film, including the late Jonathan Frid, who played the original Barnabas Collins. I'm Tim Estiloz for Boston Latino TV.